Of course, reporting is another way. You know, you got all these processes, all these transactions happening all the time. What about visibility into the bigger picture? This is a great example in AP. How many invoice exceptions do we have? How many are paid? How many are non-PO based? You know, what are the totals by vendor? What are the different statuses of the invoices? Here's examples. This is one of my favorite, another great example of digital transformation. One of my favorites, we actually borrowed this from a customer who had been using OnBase and AP for years and years. And so they've been automating their invoice processing and everything's going great, almost following this whole guideline of, okay, I want the content to drive itself, I'm going to communicate, I only want to get the person involved when I need a decision. They did some basic reporting on how many invoices they processed and what the dollar amounts were and where they could get some early discounts. And then they digitally transformed and went one step further. After one of their employees requisitions an order, they get a survey that asks them questions about the vendor. Doesn't matter if they were ordering computer, hardware, software, pens and paper, office supplies, whether it was a contractor that painted the walls, there was a survey. And the employee then rated that vendor. Were they good to work with? Were they responsive? How was the service? Did we get what we ordered? And they began to rate all of their vendors. So they digitally transformed, in a way, their accounts payable process where they said, here are the approved vendors, here are the preferred vendors, here are the vendors in red that we no longer want to do business with. And they cut their ties and they said, where can we replace these vendors and in what way? Where are we getting some of our goods from? Just a way in which they transformed their process. It wasn't necessarily about how fast can we process these invoices anymore. They were already getting there. It's how can we improve the experience of our employees and ultimately our end customer, because the customer is really king, by picking the best possible vendors who provide the best service. You can see lots of different applications. So our reporting capabilities that you work with DTI to get, they include all of these maps out of the box. So these are just different shape files. And how does it know, like where these different transactions took place or where the employees live, whatever we're trying to track here. Maybe there's just a 2-digit state code. So this map, which is a shape file, each one of these little shapes, we already know that this is OH and this is FL and this is CA. And if the state code on the content matches that 2-digit, then we can be able to apply it automatically. There's no other binding really that needs to take place. So lots of opportunities. These are all interactive. As you click on different pieces, you can begin to get more information. So using maps, using reporting, and then lastly, something transformative is that of case management.